Following DHS's execution of Alex Preddy in Minneapolis, Democratic senators are finally moving in the right direction, refusing to fund DHS. However, they're not doing nearly enough. Now, Minority Leader Schumer has come out and said that if the DHS portion of the funding is attached to the next big funding bill, Democrats aren't going to vote for it. But here's the thing. If Republicans call their bluff and they're like, okay, we'll fund the rest of the government, just not DHS, and then they just start illegally moving money like they've been doing during the whole Trump administration, DHS, ICE, Border Patrol, they're not going to be defunded. They're going to keep operating at their current pace, which is a massive hiring spree and which is terrorizing citizens all around the country. So the right move here is for Senate Democrats to say, we are not funding the government until ICE is completely withdrawn from all of these cities, until all of these operations cease, and everyone who's been responsible for stripping the civil rights of Alex Preddy, Renee Nicole Good, and countless other Americans and immigrants who've had their rights stripped, until those agents are all held responsible, the federal government, the entire federal government, will not be funded. Democrats need to recognize that Republicans have an extreme stance right now, which is that the Second Amendment, the First Amendment, the Fourth Amendment, the 14th Amendment, they all do not matter. And if you're negotiating with extremists, you yourself need to establish an extreme position that they cannot meet. Because the only way that you're going to make any progress whatsoever in getting them to let go of any sort of momentum is if you plant your flag in an impossible position. If the goal is to make Republicans give ground on Customs and Border Patrol, if the goal is to get ICE to stop being used as the Gestapo to murder Americans, Democrats, Chuck Schumer, need to set an impossible position for Republicans to meet. Because those are two extremes, and the only way you make progress is if you hold your fucking ground. Here's how democracy works. You need to call your senator, it doesn't matter if it's a Democrat or Republican, and demand that they stop funding the Trump administration, the entire Trump administration. Democrats and Republicans need to know that none of this is okay. They do not have the consent of the American voter to allow ICE and DHS to go out and murder people.